if I were to guess, it will be every year, about every other year is on the MCQ or multiple choice. Um, so it's one of the concept that people usually don't look at it too much, but usually on the exam. I don't know why, but and honestly, that so the derivative of inverse functions. So do you guys remember how to find inverse function?
You replace the y in the end.
Yeah, so for example, if you have f of x equal to, I just give you a simple one, 2x minus 3. You can say y equal to 2x minus 3. That's still the original function. I just replace with y, but I can swap x equal to 2y minus 3. And then I can 2y equal to x plus 3, and then y equal to x plus 3 over 2. And this we know is inverse functions. Okay? So this is the original function. There's inverse function. Now the thing is about it, there's has a coordinate swap. So it's a coordinate swap. It swapped the x and y. Swap the x and y. Yes.
Is that like a F9?
No, f inverse.
How do you write like
Negative 1. It looks like inverse. Remember last year I told you if you say f of negative 1, I'm gonna kick you. So
I didn't know how to write it.
yeah, it's f inverse. It says f inverse. Please do not say f of negative 1. There's a reason why I don't. People think of f of negative 1 of x. They look like it's f of x like this, but that's not true. So do not say it's negative 1 power. Last year I told you says if you do that, I will kick you. Okay. So the inverse function is gonna have the x and y switch, right? Those are very, very important qualities. So let's talk about what is the inverse, what is the derivative inverse functions. So the derivative inverse function, it says let f be a function that is differentiable so differentiable on interval I if f has an inverse function g. So we're going to call the inverse function is g of x. Okay? G of x. Then g prime of x is equal to 1 over f prime of g of x. Okay, so if we say g of x is inverse of f, right? Then if I want to take a derivative of the inverse function, then it will be g of x, g prime of x equal to 1 over f prime of g of x. Another way to think about it is this. Is f inverse prime of x. That looks kind of funny, but it can be written that way. Is 1 over f prime of f inverse of x. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. G prime of x equal to 1 over f prime of g of x. Or f inverse prime of x is equal to 1 over f prime of f inverse of x. Because we just defined f inverse as g of x. No. It's not as hard as you think. It's not as hard as you think. Okay. So it's the people who have the growth mindset, or people have that. They say, "Oh no, I cannot do it." It's like you go in a competition, like Jacob going to a lacrosse game. Oh my God, this is like #1 in the nation. I'm already lost. It doesn't even need to fight. The problem is that mentality is gonna manifest itself. So the problem you have to do is this: you cannot let that mentality manifest itself. You're gonna say, so, okay, let me figure out one small thing I can understand. The problem is you guys need to learn how to learn. When you want to learn something, your attitude has to change to like, I can do this. Like a lot of time Fabian was telling me about AI stuff. I'm like, well, I just understand like 10% of it. And now I said, okay, well, at least I understand those 10% of it. Like I was able to respond his question, even though I have no freaking clue what he said. No, I'm serious. Right? But I would try to figure out like, can I figure out a 10%? Can I figure out a 15%? Can you figure out 30%? And that's say, oh man, I just don't understand Fabian. He's just on a different level than me. I'm not gonna do that. My mentality is like always like, okay, let me start understand something. So I'm gonna go through it. So why do we need this equation first of all? So for example, this one you can find inverse, right? What if I give you a question that, hey, is it possible to find inverse of this or not? It's 14x cubed plus x minus 1. Now, is it possible for me to find inverse?
Definitely.
Try it. Show me if you can find inverse of this function.
Which you mean I could take it?
No, I just want you to find inverse.
Find the inverse?
Yeah.
But the thing on the right, that's like
the
F
reference.
inverse prime.
Knowing you saw like X and Y and stuff.
Huh?
But the thing on the side, it's like F
Oh,
inverse prime.
yeah.
Or inverse prime, yes.
Bro, that was like my least favorite question.
Okay, so you're gonna see that there is some type of problem that you cannot find inverse because usually you would do this, right? You would usually do says y equal to 14x cubed plus x minus 1, and you switch the x and y, and then you will find out that, hey, wait, how do I isolate the y if you have y cubed and y? You can't really isolate the y because one's y to the cube, one's y. If it's just y to the first power, that's possible, but y to the third power and y, it's not possible. So there's no way for me to find the inverse and take a derivative. So there's got to be a way to do it, which is this way. You're using this particular formula. We will talk about where that formula come from, but right now, just knowing how to use the formula. So we know that this is not a way to go. So we say, okay, since it's not the way to go, then, okay, since it's not a way to go, I'll show you a systematic approach. It's actually fairly easy. Well, we know that there was an f of x, and we know that's a g of x, and we know that, hey, we have x and y value, right, in this case. So what my goal is, can you find out what g prime of 3 is? Well, g prime of 3 is also means f prime of f inverse prime of 3. Then you say, okay, well, that means in terms of g of x, this is 3. Is that okay?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's good. Start with, because g of 3, that means I'm plugging 3 for x, right? Now, what happened with the inverse function? This becomes the y value for the f of x. Okay, so since that happened, so can I says, okay, well, I'll just make this with 3 equal to 1/4 x to the third plus x minus 1.
How'd you get the threes in the table? Yeah.
Because we want a g prime of 3, so we said, well, let's plug in 3 here for x, right? But if it's 3, then that means it's going to lead to the f of x, the output is going to be 3. Yeah, the coordinate's going to swap, right? X and y swap, right? So this is equal to 3. Now, this is the hard part. It's actually not possible to solve this. But sometimes it happens in math. You're gonna get an equation is not solvable. You're gonna get an equation is not solvable. So when you get equations not solvable because there's no way to factor this, there's nothing you can do. But the last resort is called guess and check. And guess what? Guess and check can solve a lot of problem. A lot of times people don't understand guess and check can solve this problem because usually I'll get some easy value. For example, 0, 1, and 2. So I will guess G-E-U-S-S. No, G-A, what is spelled? G-A-U-S-S?
G-U-E-S-S.
G-U-A-S-S. Okay. G-U what? Okay, guess and check. So we can check x equal to 1, x equal to 0, x equal to 2. What would it be? Well, we know 0 does not give me a 3. 0 is going to give me negative 1. We know plugging 1 is going to give me a fraction. So it's 2, right? So this one 3 is equal to 8 over 4. So it's going to be 2 plus 2 minus 1. So that's going to be 3 equal to 3. So 2 works. So that means this is 2. And then that means this is 2. So the problem is 2. So what we got to do is follow the equation. The equation says, hey, what's g prime 3? G prime 3 is 1 over f prime of g of 3. Right? And what is g of 3? According to the table, 2. And then we can take a derivative of f prime. It's not a problem because f prime of x is equal to 3/4 x squared plus 1. And we just plug in 2, so we're going to plug in 2 here is equal to 3 over 4 times 2 squared plus 1. So that's equal to 4. So the answer is 1 over 4. How much time I have? Yes, this is the last 5%. I feel like this is an easy question. I don't know.
The guess and check stuff feels so
But like the guess and check wouldn't be like a high number, right?
Yeah, it's just 0, 1, and 2.
If it's just between those three, that's all.
Yeah, you're gonna plug in 0. Oh my god. That's a 1 second problem, okay? 1 second.
That's a 0 second problem.
Come after school tomorrow and take the test. Okay. Yeah.
Why you not gonna be Friday?
I have a lacrosse game Thursday night, so I'm not gonna be home till like 7.
Oh, then Easton's not gonna be here then.
I don't know. Maybe Easton will study for it like before the game or something.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
Why are
alright.
you late today?
I don't know. I just slept in till like 8. I didn't feel good this morning. I didn't get up. No, I'm not sick. I'm just tired.
No, it's like,
Yeah.
you're going to the mall?
We didn't win yet.
Oh. I'm straight. I'm straight.
Bye.
Oh, I get you now. Okay, but why is that one over
There's only one question.
one or F drive? Yeah, you can just put one more. Yeah. Bye, girl. Bye, thank you. You're welcome. What happened to her? Why did she age? What's her name? Her. I remember she first introduced herself. I came here. I thought she said my name is Pervert. And then I got over there, his name is Blighter, but I haven't been lit. I thought he said my name is Black Gator. And I was like, that's awesome. My name is Black Gator.
Can I have it? Nope. Not gonna happen.
Bye, Mr. Yang.
Bye. So you and Jude going, right?
Yeah, so guess
What?
I was so excited. We have our four. Woo! It's gonna be me, Jude, Armand, Eli. That's gonna be awesome. And then I walk into class and Armand's like, "Oh hey, like I have a birthday party on the 21st. I can't go.
Armand, you've been a schmuck.
You're getting slimed out." I don't know. I don't even know.
What's up?
Getting up a little small seat. Romans is a little early. Using the restroom. That's how you like dominate.
Rohan! Where you been? Huh? You understand that stuff?
You swear? Not for real? Like, what's crazy?
Do you watch your video?
Really?
Alright. And then he swear.
Welcome back! Okay, Christian. It's coming to general contents. You need to move.
1 minute remaining until
So you need to move on the island on its own.
Me? Why me?
Because you have a very huge lung capacity. That's the way I was say it.
Mr. Agent, you can say it the normal way.
Huh?
Say it the normal way. I talk too much.
You won't shut up. You won't shut up. You don't know when to stop. When I'm pausing and everybody's like looking at me and Krishan keep on talking.
Since I wasn't here last Friday, I was a little lost in the homework, so I'm gonna need to be able to explain to it because you cover like most of the material on Friday.
Well, for that one,
Yeah.
you watch it.
At this point, like it's gonna be
There was a
me,
video.
Eli, Jude, and Emily. That's what's gonna be the most.
No, Lucia. So you can get louder.
You do it? You just
I think you would because he's pretty chill and he's really smart. He's actually, yeah, he's he's like a bit. He's like 70% of it, like 80% of it. He's not a bit, but he's not that.
70% of bid is like 100% of any of us, right?
Yeah. He's like very chill guy. You don't know. And they call him, the Christy Colbert called here to call him to go to the front. He's like, do I have to go? He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about anything. He's like the most nonchalant person. He will be shipped away with like a stash of the most nonchalant. They should have a stash of the most nonchalant. That'd be lovely.
Okay, according to Davis, that's 8x.
No. All right, so you can sit on that side. Unfortunately, Emily, you have to deal with Kushang. I'm sorry. All right, so you didn't have 2 days to do this homework, so you didn't need to understand all of them. So first day is the first 1 to 57 odd or something like that. That's for geometric series, Taylor series, divergence test. The second page is today, linear page by tomorrow, is the integral tests and P series. P series is easy. P series like P is equal to 1, it diverge. P is 0.99, diverge. P equal 1.01, converge. Okay? So so let's get it started. Let's work with each other and let's figure out how to. I think the series is a little bit more harder for a lot of you guys because it doesn't have too much work. We really like work. But
That's your fault this year.
Yeah, I didn't find it on you. I'm not gonna lie.
What are we doing?
I got 31st work.
I'm tired, bro.
Okay, well, I just said
I woke up.
I got 1, 2, 3, second out.
yeah.
all right. Hey, don't worry, come on. Watch out.
This Friday.
So can you with
Do both of them. Oh, how do you know you use that one? I didn't have time getting
R to the
yes, I know after your house. I got me.
Okay, where did you not put it in? Like I missed all of it.
Even like in like and drive like
Period.
Like the 3rd page you said was
Once you add all of them together, all the way up to the third, what does it add up to? You have to find what the equation for that's what the So, what is it going to? Once I have this sequence with the infinity, what is the answer? But if you have to prove it, right, you need the equation for the infinity. So, no, that's the this is the equation of the series. You want the equation of the series. If you're going to add the limit, right?
Can't you just put it?
Okay. And I
How do you know it's not? Works.
Actually, I just want to teach you all. So there's different types of periods, right? But all of them that fall under the number of periods, right? Is that this number at the top? If you were to do could you separate it to two?
Around there, maybe. By the end of the week, we'll be at 6. Oh, yeah. Whatever happens, happens.
All the way up to forever.
and that makes sense. But is this just my
But then you're not letting them see, you're like, what is that telescope? Or is that another problem? It's gonna get
Yeah, I'm about to start it, bro. Got him.
Okay, so this question, you have to make sure you decomposition first. Because if you don't decomposition, you don't see whatever series it is. More likely this is what? What kind of series is it? Telescope?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to write out like first 5 different things. You'll see something start canceling.
Oh, right, because it's not one separate, it won't cancel one, but it's cancel it in 3, which means it's the first instead of 3 that will be the last one. Smart entertaining software. You want to motion to it first.
You know you have to do this. You have to logic factorable. That's gonna get you to your format. If it ends up being that's great. If it doesn't, just keep going. But if it's ever like this, that's probably 9 times out of 10 what you're gonna do. And you plug in here.
Yeah, because
I know how to do 51. Hold on. I do know how to do 51. That's one of the 4 I did. Never mind, I lied. It wasn't 51, it was 53.
N equals
51,
Once you're here, something like this. This would be like saying telescope series.
But you just need to.
It's all about birds, and I hate that.
You know what's the worst group though? I use geometry.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking at it and it's actually a triangle, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah. It's stupid. I feel like it's all the way to go. It really must fit it.
But then it's something that I would like.
Yeah, like it just says it. Oh, right. When equals infinity, it diverges. When it equals the value,
And zero is happening.
yes.
I don't know. I was like, well, I was, but you never explained it.
I get it. Yeah.
Hold on. I kind of read it and start writing this because
You know how your format for telescopes was 1 over n to the 1 degree something plus something number over n something. If you wanted it to look it's just like random. Okay. Your telescope is going to be 1 or number over n to the 1. Just n. And that can have either a coefficient, you can have add in as a plus number, or over n to the 1, and that can have coefficient. You have it.
Geometric.
so they both have to be end to the first one. Like what?
Telly.
What am I doing?
This one.
That's all I have to talk
Funny story. I did. Okay, so I thought first page was 53 to 57. So I did that, and then I woke up and I was like, oh shit. So then I did 1 through 19. It said first page, I did first page. And then I did like, there's 1 through 19 after that.
Oh, the
We
pirate.
did 35 then.
I always thought that you was gonna be
this over.
That's me when I.
Whoever that guy sucker jokes.
You talk about putting down?
Dude, I also like.
It's basically just like if it starts at 0 and you plug to 0, just this.
I didn't want to read these.
So this you have a rule.
No, can I ask why?
It's just you want that if you want to plug in 0 up to here and make this 1, you always. So for this one, it starts at 1 because you're it always like so you just want it. You just want it to turn it out.
So you can just put it like it up when you're up.
And you have
Why did it go?
I wait.
Peter, give me.
so that's like 5 fingers. It's ours, 5 fingers. And then R is like, right? If it's negative 5 6, what is it? We have this. Yeah, I'm just. If it's negative, that's value 5 6. And R.
This next page ought to be.
So that it would be 3, A would be 1, plus. And then it's so, so this is kind of or yeah, let's say a difficult problem.
Properties. Oh no, 11.
Yeah, I got it.
If you just keep doing it.
I know it's not going to stop. I'm getting it, but you know, I'm not going to get it done.
Emily, it worked.
I'm waiting for Lucia to give me the practice problem.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna.
I can give you this and tell you what is the like value of the out of all. So you have to create this.
Dude, one
Now,
just
if you saw this, if you feel this, and
So
you didn't
we
create
did
it
only
out of
know according to Kaylin.
and I wasn't like this is a gym. I was just like you have this thing. You can tell that it's geometric.
Yeah, that was
Tell it's geometric.
my other
So we're all doing that.
because
So I continue to
all six.
bro.
Remember that your large point so if this is even,
Okay.
it's gonna be one.
So then, so it's gonna be this one. But then, how do you know? Sorry.
Because it will tell you, if it doesn't tell you, assume it's okay. Because it's
What? Look, what are we talking about?
We all know when something's looking.
Oh yeah. That doesn't shadow one. You need where I was at. Oh my god, he killed a blue. He like got framed twice by the right trap.
What? When did that?
okay.
Oh wow.
Think about this.
Yeah.
You gotta
Never misread
because
that
if you
much.
were
It's been a while ago. That shit. Like before it all came out, like it never. I can't see Madison Public. Never got.
I think,
No, you
and I know from my little math brain, that the bottom,
foundation, bro.
because I know this is 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1.
I did chose to like.
If these were brackets, what if it went like this? Green, or well, let's say it went, if it was 1, 2, 4, start.
She just gonna fight.
Okay.
Like,
Right? But
she's gonna fight you out, bro. That don't die. That is don't die. And no, you won't even know. You're right. Even if you don't, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna have a line to know. Well, take your money then.
I'm not walking back, but it will come to you. Oh, wait. We're not.
I'm sorry, wait. Pass.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Okay, give that
I swear, I'm fucking one.
Okay, so for the questions that this one here, it's a telescope series. If you do summation from 1 to like really large number, eventually it's gonna be 3.666666, which is also known as 11/3.
Yes, sir.
Because all other terms are gonna cancel out except the first 3 parentheses, the first term of first 3 parentheses. Because there's 3 skipping term. So if you work it out everything, let me see if I can show you. That sometimes people don't understand the telescope doesn't just cancel right away. You can cancel like because what Ian was saying, because it's skipping to the third n+3. So therefore it's like it's gonna be a 3 spaces to see the canceling. Does that make sense? So hold on a second, let me see if I can show you. That this is what it will end up be. The blue part is all the way to, do you see this blue part here? It's canceled all the way to like a third parenthesis later. And this one is canceled all the way to what? This one here? Right? And then what's the next one? 2/6 is all the way here. And this one's cancel all the way here. And you see all other terms gonna start canceling except those three terms. And that's why this telescope sequence, if you go to a very large number, do you see that?
Okay.
Ethan, what are you working? You working on stuff?
Yeah. So then, but then, like this over here. Like this one. No, like this one. Wait. Don't go because I think I just got it. It's this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it does. Because you want to make this just this.
Yes.
Well, like equal.
No.
And then this is whatever.
Alejandro, did you post the answer?
So then this goes to.
Wait.
I don't want to.
Oh, once you
Yeah,
get
make it hard. It's like actually.
Oh,
Like I did it.
Is it this one?
So why are we?
You just got the.
I want to show you.
He can challenge you.
This is false.
See, this is the kind of. This is what we learn in psych. On a proxy.
Okay.
Like I can do it, but.
I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay.
Can I write it first? No.
No rights.
I wonder if it's just go on the actual weekend. I'm writing today.
Annie's done. Something to emphasize back on the ball. You're gonna want to try it.
No, I had the. Okay. Also, I wanted to like completely like. So this question is rather in kind of the same.
Well, remember, you can, there's different ways to ask the question. It can start you from the very beginning or all it gives you the sequence. Then from the sequence, you have to go to the actual formula of the
Oh,
summation.
so
And then from there, you have to turn it into this.
So
Or
technically,
it can just start you there and all you have to do is.
it's like 3 steps. This would be the
Yeah.
first step.
Yeah.
Right, so then it starts you on this.
This is starting in the second step because it's gonna be hard to begin.
Okay.
It's like, oh, I have to.
So we do this because.
We do this because we don't want anything to the end, like a constant to the end that's gone. Yeah, especially on the second one.
Okay. So you're
Yeah. Like, it's like alternative yay show.
yeah.
Get it? Am I kid wrong?
Oh, stop.
But then you have to have that, but.
Okay. I will look.
So then you separate the
You're not gonna like this.
I would say just, you don't
If I
have
have
to do the bottom,
something,
you have to do the top.
if I have something.
Oh my god.
And I want that something to the end, like. And I know
Wait.
every one thing
So you do
to the A. Yeah.
So then that would make sense.
So then you do this. Okay, so tell you. And then,
So you don't know why.
You found the last 5
because you want, I do know that you want it to end. Yes.
That one is kind of weird
Because you're trying to get a constant. And E is usually a constant, but because it has that coded, it's not.
How do I know that this is my name?
Well, you're just trying to get it. So
You want this to be your block.
yeah, you're trying to get it. You're trying to make it separation of an A.
That didn't understand.
Not important.
So
But you don't ever want a constant to the end. Then it doesn't become right? Yes.
Okay, Brittany needs a pause.
Because I also want to explain stuff, and then when you answer wrong, you're like,
from this to the next one.
okay, are you ready? Good.
Wait, are you not running?
What actually? But once I won, and if you were to get so that's what's gonna be like, oh, how am I coming up with this? Well, because we've already seen it. And then also have to learn. Yeah. Okay, ready? The E like messes people up because it's a letter, but like it just
Can you give us like 20 seconds?
ready? So, remember, you know, when we have an A, that's like the third because then you plug it up in your
5.
So, if we were to plug in one, how hospital would be as a first time?
Oh my god, what are you doing there? You need to go see somebody.
That's your A. That's your A.
It's right?
Yes.
Oh, it's right.
What is
Like you were trying to figure it.
Oh, yeah.
Your brain is small. You're on, yeah, you have to lose it fast. Yeah. The more small you're No.
So sometimes do like easy test first, right? So sometimes like end term divergence test, those are easy tests. They
What
take
if
like
you
10 seconds to do. If you can use a 10-second or you can use integral test, then you spend 10 seconds first before you do integral test because you get to do the integral. It takes about 40 seconds. So why would you want to do like a harder test to prove they diverge? Then you're gonna use easier test to prove it. Does that make sense? Or like easier. I
that we
love
did it like
easier.
this?
Like, yeah, it's like very easy to tell. Well, geometric theory, that's also a time one.
So how did we get? We
So
said
look at those first. Look at those
to the
easy
end.
tests first. Indoor test is like
This
harder
is
test.
3 times
What if
3.
you want to do a harder test, we can use
Right?
easier test to prove that
Yeah.
true.
Remember what we said our A was? Would this be how you got this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is that. But remember, a constant to the A over another constant to the same A. Yeah, it's like if you have to make square. X to the 4th over y.
Yeah, but this one you can turn it into 1.
But it's n plus.
When it's
What do you have?
Eats the n minus one. It's three together.
so you just take out
Each
5.
they pick up the n minus one. So I'm just supposed to know that like
Oh, yeah.
3
Oh,
and the n is 40 times. You are supposed to know that. You are supposed to know that because it's in a sheet. Remember? Because I want you to know that. I want you to know that you never want to cross it to the n if you're doing your series.
If it starts with you need to go R to go to N minus one.
That was plus.
So
If
in
you
this
have an n,
situation,
you always want it to be n minus.
exactly. And so in this situation,
And then how does this
you're only given
start
the head, you need to get a pull out the
You don't get an echo.
Think about this like this. If you want to have like x,
Say here so you're not upside down.
that's x. Right? Also say x equal to x. I'm not doing anything different. I just have so I E and whatever I can. Can I take out one? It's like however many e's you take out, how many e squared times e to the n is also equal to e squared times to the n minus. Make sense? Because you took out 2. If you wrote
Like if you had like
e to the n,
but then n equals you have
no wait. Look. If you had e to the n, if you had
better, but I'm trying to say
if you had e to the n and n is equal to 3, then you can right? You want this to be n minus 1. That's question times e squared.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
And it's 3.
That's what I'm trying to say. And I feel like that makes sense, but I couldn't say it.
No, here, you're trying
Yeah, so with a summation of 1, right? If you think about that one, summation of 1, for example, you have 1/4 or summation of 1/4. If you add infinite amount of 1/4, it's still going to be diverged.
that this becomes. So we have to measure.
No, this one you should do divergence test, but if you split up the 2 different things, no, you don't have to do that.
But we don't know how to do that. Because I like to see many. We don't know how to do the derivative of this.
And then I basically
You divide it by 4 to the n minus 1, so can you divide by 4 to the n minus 1 top and bottom?
and then I like to see that. Like that.
Now, that's the final part.
It's not the final part.
Nope.
Oh, you just turn it into that.
It's this thing. It's just this one. It's easier.
Eli, are you okay?
He's just making noise. Noise pollution, bro.
It should be those like a sound engineer, like those people make noise. And
Yeah,
sound,
like sound effects.
sound effect.
I'm not doing it either. But I'm like plotting. But also my dad was like in my hospital. Oh my god. So it's probably
I'm actually thinking about Leo.
The worst part is that I heard it platform sneak. I know that's probably the worst part.
We have things to learn.
Maybe I'll run
But
the last
this
bit.
isn't done. Because I went. No, because that's not a category of series. That's different.
If it didn't,
Shut off the side.
hey,
Hey, we should run the sixth one. You should do that. Run the mile with your hands in your pocket. Probably.
But you don't have
Could you run the sixth mile with him? If we all did it?
We don't know.
I'll have to do 8:30 pace. I don't want to do. Hey,
I don't get what 1 mile wait 30.
that's not my conversation. Right, wait, then I don't want to run it either. I'll run the 10-minute conversation. The 11-minute.
Because I'm still.
She's gonna do her Asian part.
I hate to use it, right?
I am not gonna do my
So I watched the Bad Bunny, and why is everything in Spanish?
because you it's for Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rican.
The fuck did you expect to watch? They said, I started saying, yo, I'm Bad Bunny. This shit's gonna be in English.
No. Okay, so I might say something kind of offensive, but I in a sense I do agree with like Trump. It should be in English.
It should not be. Do you know what percentage of our country is made up of Spanish-speaking immigrants?
Yes.
No one cares about
They say how much I don't know.
Of America.
Super American.
So I was like, why is it a big deal? Watch this.
I said we don't.
Oh, I heard that.
59 million people.
But
18%.
300 million people. But only 140 million watched the Super Bowl. Only 140 million watched the actual halftime show.
Literally.
So it's a half.
So
You know what? You can say why should it if 50% of the population are English.
We can do something.
No, but it does like okay. So well, like, no, I do see valid points. I think like I don't know.
GA.
I don't know.
How many Super Bowl halftime show performers have done it? And how many have done it in
Yeah,
English?
but primary language in England.
How many?
American is English.
I love England, bro.
How many
If
halftime?
you ask like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's
if
say
you ask Coldplay to play
we're
my
saying 18%.
I don't know.
18%. This doesn't include watching the Super Bowl. 18% of Americans, and that's American citizens,
What?
not legal immigrants.
No.
American
I know.
citizens watch the Super Bowl.
I don't say that you're wrong, but I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying like there are some people that will like when they're like okay. So for example, like a lot of times like I see people sometimes people speak Portuguese. Like, dude.
We're not speaking Portuguese to you.
Yeah, but it's speak Portuguese to each other. But at the same time, like no, Samantha, ask question. You know nothing about
I do know what you're talking about. That's what I do. I do kind of understand it, but
I'm like Samantha, please speak English.
Well, obviously, on any situation, I can see your perspective. I can see the
No,
perspective.
but
of
you
the
also
other
have
side.
to
I'm so
see-
convinced that
You have to see that you have to have American perspective.
no, that's
You're
not my
not-
perspective. I can't. Obviously, I can see why certain Americans vote for Trump. I understand that some religious reasons.
Because the trigger that in the football show is not even, it definitely triggered us 30-40% of people.
Yeah, that is. I also think that the majority of Americans, even if they don't speak Spanish, they enjoy the music.
Hold on. If 18%, by the way, Black money, second most voted artist
Yeah, in the whole world.
in the world.
I know, even China is number one. Even China is number one.
So you're
So I was
picking,
looking at the social media in China. They're like,
you're picking an artist that's famous. Boom, that's what you and he's not gonna sing in English if none of his songs
What
are.
you gotta say? There's a reason why they.
Well, let's say you picked Lady Gaga in 2014 because Lady Gaga was the number one. That's what I'm just an example. Okay, well now Bad Bunny's the number one artist, so pick him.
They keep Kendrick Lamar last year.
He was the number one artist at the time too. No, and 18% of Americans. Well,
Yeah. That's who it was, man.
Oh! I've been waiting for you. Hey, you make. I need a fork.
You just made it.
if 18% of Americans speak Spanish, and there have been, that would justify 18% of halftime shows being in Spanish. 160 halftime shows in Spanish. That is 0.1.
I like your shit, bro.
But you can't probably find the same, right? Okay, yes, honestly. Do you see why? Thank you so much. Do you see why people want to? When it comes to center right, we're not talking about extreme right. We're not talking about. We're not talking about communism. We're talking about like a little bit of center right. So I would say probably between 50% to 60%. Those populations will actually leaning for more right. So for example, let's say a very easy issue, right? Let's say it's like swimmer, like a transgender swimmer. So those are the things that move a lot of centers are right. Those are the issues that I think does not apply. The problem is it actually takes a lot of center people leaning to a right. If you ask me, I don't agree with a movement. I don't
People that say that the sugar revolution should not have been I can see why you think that.
But I think the biggest thing is it's good that was because everyone.
It's also trying the show, if you watch it. It's we're moving it very clear that message isn't fuck the other side. That message is you hate me, but I can't hate you back. Bad Bunny is singing Lady Gaga in her very red, white, and blue dress with her flower in its hair, singing in English. More blonde she could not be. And they are dancing together. The whole song, you obviously can't understand it. The whole song is about well, Lady Gaga and he sang with her in Spanish. They dance together. That's the purpose of the show. Bringing the culture
It was like, despite Americans thinking that English, Puerto Rico is also part of America, and that.
And then you see the banner in the back. He's like, let me out here. I should have opened it.
It was like God bless America, and then
This is
listed
the
all the.
message that says, love. You see that? That was the whole message of his whole show. So you can't even hate them. I mean,
I'm so sorry. I need to teach you guys. Okay, so
like,
so so it's basically L stands for natural law, I stand for invasion, and the A stands for algebra, and the E stands for trade. So wait, I got the stuff you know. So let's say it's basically DI message I plus okay. So in this case, you only have one times LN. Turns out we don't know how to so therefore, you just go and X and one of X. But this is one, right? We're gonna click on it. So if you see here, it's usually in this order.
I don't know about that. And if you even see the horizontal is integratable, it's just integrable. So it'll be x ln of x minus integration of x over x dx. So it'll be x ln of x minus x. Yeah. So di math is a little bit quick to illustrate, and it's much faster. Okay. Okay. So they are still missing a member to 10 bucks. I don't know if you want that. What do you think you need? Like if you can, you can give it right. You need a last member. I think I can do it. How long is it? It's gonna be the whole time, but you don't have to stay. More like more like. Well, you asked what?
I need to ask if I can go.
Okay, so because we still have to run 3 right now. Right? 3, 2, you, and so this is gonna be so and then sometimes individual like this and also you can
So like what is that gonna do?
that's also because in the inverse line
How many hours?
okay so yeah oh by the way do you know how to take inverse?
I just square root of 1 minus.
So I'm gonna do that this 1 over 1 minus inversion is 1 right I know I do very good. You know a bit. You know a bit. You might be a lot of like a bit. So because I need to teach you from myself.
No, but that's how you find out if divergent or convergent. That's what we discussed.
So let's say, hey, you're gonna try to take an inversion x.
So if it's not equal to 0, then it's like this, yeah. Then so if it's not this convergent, so then what is this? Just like nothing.
Carter, can you get a door for?
Yeah.
You're not Iron Man.
Wait, no.
Like anything that's not, if it's starting with 0, then
So just have a situation. What is this term? This low. Now what is this?
oh my god, I don't know what we're building. Bro, you should just like
About time I was like, I went back for a day. It was doing so bad.
Like we got to like in the park. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why.
Why you talking Grizz, bro? I ain't seen Grizz.
No.
We won't do anything. Oh, you want to
You're not listening.
No, you got that back. Plastic. Forget it.
That's five.
Really?
Not like the meeting.
Everybody leave this.
Then you can divide it up. Like, it would be like 4 times and times that by
W me.
one more out. Then you get you were trying to it's like
They come back.
and he just beating out the head of the No, he
That's all of my life goes, bro. It's like a fucking weed ball, whatever. Whatever happens, happens, bro. It's not that good. It's like,
And then I was I got like a Brazilian snack and I don't mind eating it with like a hot sauce. Like, Wednesday.
Oh, I think I've seen a text for the thing. No, it's saying something about your
you don't show up anyways. I mean, wait, have you showed up to camp all week?
the stream from our period.
Oh my god, we were on Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, we're not like Thursday.
I need to see the. I don't think I'm on.
And then show up later.
Oh yeah, that's a good day.
So one fix is resetting permission. And you want to
Actually? How did I do it like you did this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting more.
If you want to put the hot sauce.
Well, they do more. I'll try it. What? Why are we done?
How's your team doing, Valiant? How's your team doing? Like, who do you follow in soccer?
Oh, fine.
Mine? How they? Oh yeah, yeah.
This is like I'm actually excited again.
Really? Well, what's the record so far? What's the record so far? I don't keep up.
I think we're 6 clear first.
Really?
last night. I thought so too.
Wait, how did she know that? Wait, how do you know about that? Wait, how did you know that?
So,
I'm a mind reader.
sometimes it was a psychopath. You can try that.
Mind reader somewhere.
How did you know about that? Why did you know?
Like, you from them?
I don't know. How did she know about that?
My dreams is
Verifying conversions.
but not like this way. It's like this way.
When I play R, R is less than 1 or greater than
What about you? Connor? What? What'd you say?
Oh my god.
divided by 6. What is that? That is less than 1.
Okay, I'm gonna give you like 8 hours of like time.
That was
So,
I was. Internet is so stupid. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, he's looking at your paper. I'm showing you how to know about
Oh, wow.
So,
Monsieur, you're asking for your password. Let me do it one more time. Wait.
Is it wrong?